Good morning there, Cindy. I It's not quite 10:15 yet, but I figured I'd just go ahead and throw it up there. We may have to mention something about your GoFund on here today. Uh, on your channel, can they go to your channel by the way you've got your call name up there? If not, put your channel on there. Hi, Kitty. Kitty Mama Kim. Okay. Glad to see you here this morning. Noreen, good morning. Terror Man. Okay, good morning. I wasn't sure just exactly how to say that on there, but we got you. Sylvia, good morning. Tank Girl, by golly. Good morning. Terry Orman. Oh, okay. I got you. I'm glad you straightened it out for me. All right. When we get a few of you on here, I wanted to explain, trying to help Cindy Fields out. She's lost her her house and having to move into an apartment this coming week. She's put in to try to get one. Sometime Monday is when the paperwork will be completed. But she probably could use some finance. She come along some hard times, and in quite a few years, she's never missed a payment. And she's recently had a son pass, and financial hard times have descended on her. But anyway, she's in the chat, and anybody wants to help her out, please do that. You can get to her channel by using Cindy Fields on there. You look at it down there in the chat. That will get you to her channel. And she also has a PayPal account. If you feel like helping her out, please do. John, I see you in here. Also, if you can pray for her, see, these are some of the hardest times you can go through when you lose a child. Everybody out there that's a mom or dad understands it very well, what can befall you when something that awful falls on you. How you doing there, Okie? I don't know why, but my pup, by the time I get on here, he decides he's got to go out and go potty. He's going to have to suffer for a little bit here. Sparky, just settle down for a while. You'll be okay. Get over here and lay down. There, that's better. You stay right here for a little bit. He's pretty spoiled. Aren't you, Sparky? Are you spoiled? Are you spoiled, boy? Well, don't you want to tell us your story? You got a story? Huh? What kind of story? Oh, okay. Oh, boy. Well, that's a big story. See how he likes to talk? That's my. Okay. Sophie getting you. Where's Sophie at? Where'd she go? Okay. All right. Every day he has to have a certain amount of time to tell his story. And if I don't give him a little bit of time so he can, he gets upset with me. So when you mention the word story, he tries to talk. And he's been that way for quite a few years. Oh. Yeah, it says, Cindy says you can hit her name in the chat and it will take you to the channel. for anybody that wants to go there and check it out, please. Yeah, Sparky likes to be the center of attention. When people come in, and him and the cat named Sophie compete for that attention, and they're very social with anybody that comes in the house. Kind of like 2-year-old kids, and I think a lot of pets are that way. They like to take over your time and space if they can. They both come up into my chair, and sometimes they'll take a nap up there. Sometimes they push me to the side so they have more room to stretch out. Who else? Georgia, glad to see you in here this morning. Marla, good to see you. Noreen, I have a backyard back here, and we put up a privacy fence on about 25% of this yard, and it was strictly for our pups. We've had, since we moved in here, we've had the pleasure of having at least 3 different pups in here, and one was the owner had died. It was a Sheltie, and it was left with the vet until they could find somebody, and we brought her home, and she was really a godsend. Unfortunately, time takes its toll. She was already getting up there in age, and she ended up with cataracts, and then she lost her ability to hear. And she used to stay as close to my leg as she could. If I walked around the house, she tried to keep up right to it. Kind of helped her get around. She went out and did her thing outside just like normal. Even though I could yell at her top of my lungs out in the yard, and she wouldn't hear me. She couldn't. She was her hearing was that bad. And she could barely see shadows, I'm assuming. I could wave my hands and she wouldn't see them. But when I was walking away or going one way or the other, she seemed to be able to find me. And like I say, she'd rub against my leg and follow my leg. Oh, let's see. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Tricky Chi, I see you're in here. Say hi to everybody. I seen on Richard Lutheran, he put a thing out on, I don't know if it's Substack or whatever it is, but it looks like that Rosalind Duke has put out literature trying to find a little bit about him. And anyway, I don't want to get in and explain everything that Richard's got, but because I don't want to take away from his channel. I want him to be able to explain what he's doing. And they're barking up the wrong tree on going after him. He had reported on a person that is not a very good person, and it looks like, I don't know what the deal is. Rosalind Duke don't have a whole lot of people, but she seems to be able to follow Fox's channel. I don't mess around too much with it. There's nothing there that I'm interested in. She's interested in trying to figure out what I'm about. She has all kinds of words for me, I guess. But she's more like a little kid out there. She throws temper tantrums a lot, and she begs. She's the breadstick beggar out there that everybody talks about. I'm not too sure what seems to be so fascinating with her, but who knows? Everybody has their own things that they like to follow. Good morning there, John. I hope everything's going fine with you today. Tricky says your puppy is adorable. He's a little character. He will do whatever it takes to get a little extra bite of food, or I have special treats for him. They're liver treats. and he knows where they're at. All you got to do is go near them, and he'll instantly appear there. Tanya, good morning. Did you wake up to as much snow as I did? I've got about 6 to 7 inches additional snow, maybe a little more than that right here. And this morning it was below zero. It was about 5 below, I think, or 6 below. It was miserable. My poor puppy, he couldn't hardly walk around out there. So I took the shovel and made a path across my deck, took the steps and cleaned them off. Then I went down and I took it out about 10 feet, and I come back up and I was going to clear the rest of the deck, and I forgot my inhaler. And it felt like I walked into a brick wall all of a sudden. Because I was shoveling, I run out of oxygen. And with that not on me, I had to go back in the house. And it took me a good 20 minutes before I was back to myself. And I decided I wasn't going to do much out there today. It's too cold. And most of you that have COPD or asthma know what it's like to walk out into it when it's below zero. It's like somebody choked you off. Let's see. Oh, anybody got anything interesting to talk about today? Georgia said she lost her fur baby 2 years ago, and she was a Dane and Lab and Pit mix. Wow. Heinz 57. And so lovable. She loved popsicles every day. She had to have one. He likes popsicles too. And once in a while in the summertime, we'll give him a few here and there. Actually, all our pups did. And he likes ice cream. I don't give him much. It's just a lick or two off the dipper. When we're all done dipping up, then we let him do just a little bit of a lick and then rinse it off good and put it in the sink. About 6:40 down here, Tanya. Yeah. There's not hardly any wind out there right now, but earlier they said the wind chill here was 23 below, I think, in this town. Middletown, good morning there, Super Dave. I hope I'm having an amazing morning. I am just getting finished with a 4-hour writing session. I have been keeping my mind busy by writing fiction. It is helping me so much. That's great, Dave. I'm glad to hear that. Cindy said, message retracted. Okay. Hi there, Helen. Glad to see you're on here. Hope you're doing fine today or feeling good. I've got some things coming from Amazon here. It's supposed to be here Monday. I got to, I'm going to have to at least clear one of my drives off, or they'll come down my lane here, and then they'll turn around and go back up. They won't come to the house if it's not shoveled. It's FedEx. They don't do it too often, but they don't mind when I order dog food. If I clear the path off, they'll put the dog food up there. I don't know about it till it's too late and it freezes. They've left it on their trucks overnight before, and it just about ruins it. It separates it. It's canned dog food, science diet. Kind of upsetting when it happens. And I have been reimbursed from Chewy for it before when that does happen. Let's see. Yeah, it's late enough. I've got, believe it or not, in here, this is my Menard's birthday cup. I've got Pepsi in there today. Oh, Bobby, good morning. Bobby's in the chat. Today, I won't be on here as long as I usually do. I want to call it before 11. I'm going to cook me a little bit of a meal up and try to get it done before 1 o'clock. Get this done before 11. And I'll put everything together and do it that way. This morning, what did I do this morning? Oh, I know what I did. Something I don't usually do. My breakfast this morning was Special K. It took me a few minutes to think. I was thinking, it's not really special. I like a cooked breakfast of some kind, whether it's eggs or even if it's more like a supper meal. I like something solid. And cereal don't quite get it. And I probably would have went in and got biscuits and gravy this morning, but the roads out there aren't that great. A lot of our, as cold as it is, when you get a storm like we had, anywhere where the wind blows across, it glazes. It's you don't always see it, but when you're on it, you know you're on it because you slide around. And everything I've got is 4-wheel drive, which is fine. It'll get you down the road, but it don't stop you very well. And my pickup, if it starts sliding, it's all over. It's so light, it'll just right off the road. This shirt, it's a flannel shirt. My wife used to get upset with me because I've got so many of them. When I work construction, shirts like these are easy to move around in. And when you wash them, all you got to do is, shake them out good, put them on a hanger, and you don't have to iron them or anything. So they're easy to maintain and they're warm. And that's why I buy these. Oh. Triggy says it's bad here. Had to call emergency maintenance last night. My chair was sliding bad and taking a dog out. Wow. Tank Girl says their pup's an old English sheepdog crossed with a Springer Spaniel. We've been out for a long walk over the marshes now, and she's snoozing. The driver who usually delivers Herb's food is scared of dogs. I like Springer Spaniels. So sheepdog crossed with Springer Spaniel. I imagine it probably likes to hunt if you ever take it hunting, but they're smart, intelligent. So, Sherry, glad to see you in here. Good morning to you. Wow. Good morning, Lucinda. Yeah. Actually, in the house, it's really comfortable today. I don't mind kicking back and not doing a whole lot. Problem is that when on a day like this, I look around and I see all the things that my wife used to do that I have to do on days like this. Of course, I do miss her for her company, but obviously I'm starting to realize that what's here is here forever. There's no bringing somebody back, but it does give me time sometimes to think about the good times, and I do that too. Linda Stable, hi. She said hi to everyone out there. Oh, heck. Oh. Oh, Lauren says hers is a cross of Australia Shepherd and a Gorky. And he hunts, leaves, brings me one of the in his mouth to bring in for treats. You know, animals love to bring presents back in. Be glad they don't dump and run. Gorkies are pretty neat dogs. I've always liked them, and it seems like they're always kind of full of it. And they're extremely sociable with people. So those Australian Shepherds, they're pretty popular and social. Lynn says she's having her coffee. Well, it was so late in the day. I've already had mine, so in here's Pepsi on the rocks. It's got ice in there. I hadn't drank Pepsi, or at least on a regular basis, since I retired. And my daughter spent a couple months here, and she loves Pepsi. And I got hooked back on Pepsi again for a while. I don't drink a lot of it, but I don't mind drinking a glass of it once in a while, or a can of it, I guess. Georgia says, have a good day, everyone. Got to get your day started. Well, good day, Georgia. I hope you do have a great day out there today. It's kind of, really today feels like a laid back day. And I think it's because I made up my mind that I'm going to do as little as I can possibly get away with. So today's just an existing day. Nothing planned. And if I do get something done, I'm ahead of the game, right? Lucinda says, I used to drink Pepsi, then got me drinking Coke. I can't stand Pepsi anymore. Yeah, it was so many years since I drank it that it had even though it's a sweet drink, it had kind of a sour tang to it for some reason. I don't notice it now, but Sparky, what's the matter? What's the matter? Oh. I better let him out for a second. Can you guys entertain yourself for a minute? I know it's impolite to open up and then have to do something, but poor puppy, I'm afraid he seems to think that when he's got to go instantly. So I'll be back. See you in a little bit. Okay, Stacey, come on. You have to hurry. You always go right down and come right back. Okay, be a big boy. You'll be a big boy. All right. We're gonna get down and go. Hurry up. No, there you go. Come on. Get back up here now. Sparky, come. Do it. Sparky, get up here. Now. Come. Hurry up, come. Come, get up here. Do it now. Come on. Good boy. That was a good puppy. He went down, and as soon as he was done, I called him back in. It's still below zero out there, and his little feet get cold. He starts lifting them up, trying to keep them from getting so cold. Strictly says that Stricky says Texas has so many dump dogs that puppies are euthanized. It's a shame. I would have a hard time euthanize any pet, it seems like. Shell Bell's in the, there you go. Good morning, Shell Bell. Good morning, Stacy. Lucinda says she's ready for a nap. Yeah, Sparky went down and he walked about 4 steps and decided he had to pee. And then if I don't call him back, he'll stay out long enough that his feet get so cold he can't hardly walk. And when it's below zero like it is today, I don't let him stay out there very long. I don't let him wander at all. Yeah, Marla says Florida worked with different states rescues to take on some of their dogs there. People move here, get a dog, and move back without the dog. There was a lot of things like that going on during the pandemic. People thought they wanted a dog, and when the pandemic was over, they decided it was too much responsibility, and there was over access of pets out there. Does anybody have a long-haired wiener dog? They seem to be so loving. One thing about those dogs, those dachshunds, they bark a lot. But my neighbor's got one, and she's pretty spoiled. She actually gets steaks, not every day, but plenty of them, and they really take good care of her. It took a while for her to get used to me, but I go up to the fence quite a bit, and we talk back and forth, almost like in the Tool Man show, similar to that, because like I say, the backyard is made for the pup, and it gives him free rein out there. Cold weather, I go out there with him in particular because I'm afraid that he would, lay down on the ground. It has happened before where it was so cold out there and they didn't want to come back, and then they can't walk because their feet get so cold, and they lay down, and I don't want him to do that. Tricky says had a Doxy and she was quiet. I don't know if I've ever seen a Doxy that was very quiet. Seemed like they're looking a lot of times here. My brother-in-law, he had one for a lot of years, and she didn't want anybody coming near him, and she would bark at everything that was outside. What's the matter, Sparky? Come here. You gotta be quiet over there. You need to be barking. Yeah. I know you feel a lot better. Yeah. Okay. Because okay, I know. Yeah, yeah. It's okay. You're okay. Long-haired dachshund is on your list of wants. Okay, Marla. Doesn't doesn't Michelle and John have uh, a dachshund? I was thinking they did. I think, wasn't that the one that kind of ran up to that truck of Jeremy's? And he was taking a picture of it or something. Oh, you need a Sparky cam. I guess I could do that. Yeah, with that system that I'm trying to get all put in, I should have the inside done sometime in January, but I'm hoping that this coming week I can get my outside security done. So, pretty dogs. I've read pugs are quiet. That's not true at all. Well, you got 3 pups there, then, John. Bobby says the mini Aussie was a wonderful dog, but he was extremely territorial and kept biting people. Some pups are territorial, that's for sure. If I'm not around, where he could see me, he'll get upset if somebody comes, even if it's just in the yard. He acts like he's going to go after him. He's never went after somebody. Usually he just wants to make sure that somebody in the house knows about it. I had one Sheltie that went after somebody once, and they were getting too close to my wife, and he didn't like that unless he knew him very well. So once he knew somebody, then it wasn't so bad. But so a stranger come in the house and get too close to her, he would take offense immediately about it. Oh, Paulette, I see you're in there. I didn't see you come in. Cindy. Yeah. It is hard to lose a pet. Each one of ours has been special. Bearded, good morning, Bearded. Have you guys ever watched Bearded's puppies go back and forth? One of them is 20 times bigger than the other, and they just back and forth. I don't know if I think it's just a game with them. I'm not sure. Strictly said they did a genetic test on theirs, and she's a 1/4 Chihuahua, 1/4 Pomeranian, 1/4 Cocker Spaniel, and 1/4 Poodle. It results in a hot mess. It seems like Heinz 57 puppies seem to have quite a personality. Different facets to it, but. Yeah, Marla says they're so cute. Oh, heck. Napoleon complex. It's a Napoleon complex around here. Each one of them's in charge, I take it, bearded. They both get that look. It's like a how dare you look on their face. Have any of you been able to go to Bearded's channel and see his pups? They're really entertaining. You got to go over and see it. They're starting on you now. I bet you that has something to do with that blue bucket. What do you think? You know, they're jealous about that blue bucket. They don't share that with just anybody, Bearded, and it raises their fur up, if you will. You know, when they see somebody else with a blue bucket, they don't like that. Not unless you bought it from Jeremy. Oh. Oh, Marla says, have you checked out lizards and frogs? They have personalities and can become quite affectionate. You know, growing up, I had so many different lizards and frogs. And my parents never knew what I was going to bring back. I spent more time outside than inside, and I was always after something. I'd have them around for a while and then turn them loose back where I caught them, and life goes on. Stacy said she misses her Kodo. She was a Siberian Malamute Husky, and she saved my life once at camp. She was a beautiful soul and pet. Yeah, they tend to be kind of a one person, don't they, type. I've seen them. I know what they're like. I've never owned one or had one for a pet yet. Bearded says, I think so, man. It's because I'm friends with Richard and friends with me. We draw a lot of attention out there. I'm not sure exactly why. I've never tried to lead anybody astray. I've tried to show them the things that I see, and I always thought that was my right. And I guess I'm too old to change. They're certainly not going to do it by throwing rocks at me. Beer says his dogs keep him alive, and they kept me alive a long time, and vice versa. He said he remembers him sneaking into his sleeping bag during the winters. Yeah. Oh. Let's see. Yeah. Marna says, Paulette, you might take an hour a week and visit the shelter to visit the animals. It helps. I know they really, they want attention, and most of the pups, they attach very quickly to somebody that shows them attention. So when we got that dog from the vet, it was a Sheltie, and whoever owned it, the owner himself had passed away, and the vet had always taken care of that dog since it was a little pup. It was 7 years old when we got her, almost 8, and she was very well behaved. And all of our pups except that one have been male. They seem to be easy to contain or train, and she was a real loving pup. And we had another dog here that was up there in age, and when he passed, we got this pup, which is Sparky, and she kind of trained him in how to do things, barking at the door, how to go around the yard, check the yard, things like that, how to get meals, what treats were, things like that. And she loved to tease him, and he would tease her. Well, by the time he was a little over a year old, he would bowl her over. She couldn't compete with him. we had to get after him a few times because out in the yard, he'd run full blast and knock her for a loop when he'd run into her. For the most part, they really loved each other. But his favorite trick was he'd come up and tease her with a toy. And she would have one too. They'd both be playing with toys. Well, he wanted hers. So he'd tease him with one. She'd chase him to get the toy that he had. He'd drop it and run around the chair, come back in and get the one she had. And then she'd just go bonkers for a while. She'd get pretty upset. And he tries to do that with our cat. And the problem is the cat toys are small. And so we have to get after him for taking hers. He's pretty good about it, but every once in a while he wants to do something to get her going, and he does. When he was in here, that's probably what he was trying to talk about was the cat probably was teasing him out there with something. So Stacy, do you have a website? I thought I'd seen it, but can't remember. It's from Tanya. Paulette. Oh, that brown and blue look of the eyes for those Malamutes. That is weird to look at them when you see that. How? Later, you guys got to go get going here. Hope you all have a great day. I didn't see you when you came in. Sorry. I usually try to call everybody out when I see them. But have a great day out there. Oh, Stacy said she's mainly on Facebook and YouTube and still working on her store, though Kofo and Square. But you can see most of what I do on my lives. ATM, need to post more. Stacy said, have a great day, Hal. I'm sorry I didn't see you when you come in here. Somehow I missed you. Beard says, hi, everybody out there, and give Ray a round of thumbs up, guys. Give Ray a round of thumbs up. I appreciate you, Beard. I know you're always looking out for all of us out here. Yeah, Lauren says her doggy has the blue eyes and he loves to lay in the Vegas sun. So she has to shoo him because he's not good at it's not good on his eyes. Yeah. Stacey said, so what is Ray up to today? Well, I'm up to being lazy today if I can. I know I have to do some chores out there. Whenever it's too cold for me to do something outside, I'm not going to go out there and do it anymore. I shoveled enough for Puppy, and that's it. But inside, the things that I have to do that I don't particularly care to do, that my wife used to do, it gets to a point where I don't have a chance. If I don't do it, I won't have clothes to wear, or the floor won't be. I won't be able to walk around because the floor will have too much stuff on it. The hair builds up, and then about every 3 to 4 days, you have to vacuum it to keep it. And my floors upstairs, except for the bedrooms and office, they're hardwood or inlay or something. And then the kitchen is vinyl. So those out there are easy. The carpet's a little harder. And I close 2 of the bedrooms off so that the pets don't get in there. And then we have a big TV room downstairs, and it takes up about almost 40% of the area. It's got a big screen TV at one end and a couple of leather recliners at the other end. It has a fake fireplace, but it heats up everything, but remote control style. And then there's cabinet there and the whole works. And I have a antique They used to call them soda fountain chair and tables like they used to have with the wrought iron stuff on, or not wrought iron, but metal backs and bottoms in them. Anyway, I'll be trying to clean all this stuff up today. I usually rush through it when I do it. It's not a chore I particularly care for. And I used to avoid it as much as I could. I caught hell over the years for avoiding things like that, but maybe in jest more than anything else. The first threat said, "You're in trouble there, bearded fisherman. You're in trouble. You know it. Wow. They always bothered me, but I can't understand what they're not lying about anything." They love to threaten everybody out there. If you don't agree with them completely, it's the group. I guess it's just them. They think that threats are the thing of the day to do. Their whole life, when you listen to them on their channels, they're always threatening somebody or tattletaling. And the one of them out there has that voice like somebody in the third grade going back into the cult room or whatever you call them, and talk. It's like, "Oh, did you hear this? Oh, that's fantastic." And you listen to it and you think, "What the heck is this? A 10-year-old?" They get their rocks off tattletaling. And I shake my head at it, and I know they don't like it when I bring it up, and I know they attack my intelligence and things, and I guess their opinion is quite differently than mine, and I'm satisfied with that. I'm glad it is. I wouldn't like to be like they are. I honestly wouldn't. Those FUs that Megan threw at me. The only thing I said was I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole, and I don't particularly like an invitation like that. I have no intention of doing anything like that to her. She can keep those FUs to herself. And I know she gets upset because somebody had some AI thing out there. And to me, I laughed about it. Christians laugh at stuff like that just like anybody else, because we know that it's not real. But the way she went after it, I'm beginning to wonder, because usually somebody don't take that big offense unless there's some truth in the matter. I have no idea. But man, and her former partner kind of out there, poor Mike Volpe, she's been on his case since the day that he interviewed Bruce. And it was a mild interview. So it shows you how people get carried away. They just do. There's nothing pretty much what we can do about it except avoid them if we can. And I don't go on their channel. Now, once she had found my email, she didn't mind emailing me. And she thought so much of me, she gave me the dummy award here a few weeks ago. She emailed that to me. I guess she wanted me to know that she still had my email address. What a dote. But that's okay. She's got that guy that likes to go in a cult room and tell fabrications. That's fantastic. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. It's so easy to mimic people like that because they have very little imagination, if anything. But that's my get back for the day. I don't go after them anywhere like they do me, and they seem to think I'm a real jerk. Let them go stew somewhere else. Like I say, I don't go into their channels and bother them, and have no intention of doing that. And I've never hired any investigators to look at them yet. When it comes time for court stuff, I'll use whatever tools I have to find out about the people that are trying to nail me, obviously. Other than that, all I'm going to do is just keep stuff that around, whether it's a security system, whatever, to keep my home as safe as I can. And that's about it. They threaten on a regular basis. And they do everything they can to disparage my intelligence. The heck it is. Is there anybody out there that gives a crap whether I'm intelligent or not? Believe me, in my heart, I just, in general, I like people. I just don't like people that attack me. That's all. And it's no big deal. They can go their way. I go my way. That's it. Jeremy, he liked me so well, he decided to bring me into court action. Fine. We'll take it before a judge. That's just the way it is. It's part of our constitutional rights to do that if they want. And it's mine to fight back if I want, and I plan on it. I'm not going to give up. And I don't give a rat's behind if he thinks that I'm going to run, if he comes to my door like he tried to say he was going to do, and I'd be running down the yard crying like a little baby. If I cry like a little baby, it's because I've missed my wife, and that's a good reason to cry, not a bad one. Just to let you know. That's all I've got really on that crap. I get tired of listening to those assholes. Good Sunday morning, Betty. I didn't see you come in. Kim's up here too. Heck it is, I'm going to get off here in a few minutes. I was going to get off right at 11, but I'll let it run out about another 10 minutes, and then I gotta go. I got too many other things to look after today. Strictly corrugated. Hugs and prayers. Good morning, Linda said. Ray, are you the complete opposite? I guess it's all how you're judged. People think very ill of you if you don't agree with everything they say or do, and that's just on them. It doesn't really affect me to that extent. Obviously, being in court is going to affect me, but what I'm saying is they go into their channels and come up with all this BS, and after a while, people get tired of watching it, I would think, because there's nothing else there. I'd rather talk about our pets. It's something to eat. I love to eat. And I'd rather have a good piece of pie than to spend an hour tearing somebody up. I mean, come on, people. All of you out here, whenever we talk about a good meal and stuff, everybody gets involved in having a ball out there. And I think that's better for us than to listen to some yo-yo out there try to explain something. They make a mountain out of a molehill. Who does that? Oh, what the heck. Then you listen to the bearded out there and watch him interface with his puppies. I love that. I think that's neat. If you look at the expression on those two pups, you can have a ball there through the whole thing. You can tell they're arguing with each other. I mean, it's just his pups are a show by themselves. They really are. And he could put them on there, and they're much better than any AI thing you're going to see out there. And I know there's plenty of AI things to entertain, but I want the real deal. And that, I guess that's one of the things that brings me into Bearded's channels. I love to watch that interaction. And the one I seen today with the blue bucket, you got to go look at it. He was having a good time. Oh, good morning, Linda. Betty said, hello and good Sunday morning, Ray. Yeah, good Sunday to you too, Betty. Glad to see you. Tisa, good morning. Oh, heck. One thing about it, if we can come in here and laugh and have a good time, even if it's 15 minutes or a half hour, I would rather do that than spend all night worrying about what somebody's trying to do to me. We shouldn't even have to worry about stuff like that, I don't think, anymore. Beard says he's been getting a bunch of new subscribers. That's great. But are they there to watch you, Bearded, or are they there to keep up with the puppies? What kind of beans do people use for beans and ham hocks? navy beans mostly. Those white beans, a lot of people call them. I always call them navy beans. My mom, she would get the big bag of them and put them in a big pot the night before to soak them, and then rinse them off the next day, and then cook whatever. You can cook about. Most people will throw a ham hock in there, okay, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. You can do it with beef or whatever. And my wife used to make a great vegetable soup out of that stuff. I mean, really top notch. So there's a lot of things you can do it, and it used to be one of the cheapest meals you could fix, and would last for days. Just a big pot of it and let it simmer. You can just about walk away from it and let it simmer on top of the stove. Kim says, I'm with you, Ray. No, they have no respect for elderly. But if they don't have a respect for elderly, they really have no respect for anybody. It's not, just because I'm up there in my 80s, we all deserve the respect of being a person, an individual. That should go without saying. And age doesn't make it any more eminent. It just shows what they are. That's it. AI. What's wrong with AI, Ray? What's wrong with AI and the AI king around here? I am the AI king. I like your pups. That's why I like to watch them. They're much more entertaining than AI. They are. AI is a filler. It's not too bad, and it shows that you have some artistry and things like that, and you've got a good mix of it. So I don't do AI because I've never looked at it. Never looked into how to do it. Number one. The other thing is, real life seems to hold my attention a lot more than something that isn't. Right now, there's a lot of things that are done with AI, and songs are one of them. And the songs that are out there that are excellent, they're much better than most people can produce, but they're not real. And our whole world is starting to move into that direction. And I like to see people's talents, the real talents they have. And I can tell you, Bearded, your real talents are extremely interesting. And, I realize that you trained those pups and how close they are back and forth, that interaction between you and your pups. That is way more interesting than what somebody can invent on AI. Although the AI can be better than real life, it's just not as interesting because it becomes reciprocal. It's hard to explain, but eventually you kind of catch on to that end of it. That's all I can tell you. The songs that are out there right now, they can capture anybody's voice and use it, make it into a song, and it comes out great. But the problem is, it's not a real person singing it. How do you get the soul out of a song if AI is doing it because it's artificial or fake? How do you do that? How do you put that in there? The imperfections of a person, that's what the soul is in that production. So I think about it in that way. I'm old fashioned. It's likely I won't change. But, Betty says she's 72 and you're right. No respect for anyone. Yep, that's the way they are. Oh, I agree. The barbershop is good. It's better than I can do. But that's the problem. It's better than I can do. I can't do it that way. I'm not good enough. My talent doesn't reach that optimum. The Great Northern Beans you like better? Butter beans, I like butter beans out there, like on a side dish. And a lot of people don't like them because they feel they're too dry. But I think it's because we had a lot of them when I was young. And any food that I had growing up seems to be a staple when I got older. Oh, Stacy says, Paulette, understandable. Arthritis sucks. So do autoimmune diseases. Arthritis, when you get my age, it is everywhere. There's nothing in your body that doesn't have it. Phil said that is no. Paulette says that is the kind of beans my mom always used, Phyllis. Beardy says, yes, you are right. You are. We got to do real ones down the line, man. With us singing. How about that? We'll do a real one. Yeah, why not? You can make it personable that way. Strictly says, yes, Ray, I thought the same thing. Yes. Yummy, Paulette. It has uses, but some take it too far and it messes with people. Yeah. You know, when AI become a thing, and it's a useful tool, you can feed information into it and get a response. Dave, Super Dave, he showed us how well it works on his channel, where you can put a script of some kind in there and ask for an opinion. You can put so much personality in there and get a person, actually it's a professional opinion coming back. The AI is that good. Matter of fact, I think, that's right, Megan Fox dedicated quite a bit of one of her channels to going after Super Dave for using AI to assist him in his legal things. And I thought he did an excellent job. Matter of fact, the judge didn't have a problem with it. Only somebody like Megan, and I didn't know that she knew so much that she was better than the lawyers out there. But everybody has their opinion about their own abilities. Let's see. Wow, HG sells her pictures at the flea market to go play the duck pond play. She just won the grand prize and met Santa. Wow, that is amazing. That's quite a deal, John. And it's great to know. Yeah, butter beans and lima beans, I think they're the same thing. And dumplings. Yep, I love dumplings. My favorite noodles were the homemade noodles. They call them egg noodles, or my mom did anyway. And boy, they were good. They were filling. Sometimes she'd make like a real light looking gravy with the noodles and put it over mashed potatoes. Oh man, was that good. Especially on a cold day, come into a big plate of that. Beard says he loves to sing, and I just don't show it on the video much. Well, it's harder and harder to do anything like that on a video. I used to do it quite a bit. I don't as much because it's a little harder to get it past. The bots are nailing it before it gets out there. There was different outfits that would take the songs that I put out there and get revenue off of them for their own channels. And I didn't have an issue with it. Because I was just putting it out there as a hobby anyway. It didn't make any difference to me. But now it's getting a little harder and harder to even put something out there. If you do an AI one, it's not hard to put that out there. Ray, I'm only 66. Been this way since I was around 50. My body feels old, but my heart and mind is still young. Yep. Paulette, when I'm like, if I'm walking through the house or something, and my mind feels not old, certainly it's not young. And then when I realize my body is way out there ahead of my mind somewhere, it's wore out or wearing out. And it once in a while it bothers me a little bit that in my mind I feel a lot younger than what my physical part is. And I think everybody that grows older, they get to that point somewhere. Um, when my dad was up to his, I'd say middle 70s, he used to go out and run and do all kinds of stuff. But when he got into his 80s, it brought him almost to a halt. His body caught up with him, and it's kind of done the same thing to me. I'm not in as good a physical condition at 81 as what my father was. So, um, let's see what else we got on here. Hey, Ray Bone Crusher, check this out. I'm actually writing my book now. Again, I have like 4 chapters done, and I'm doing it though an AI program now, and I'll come out in the end. Okay, that's great, Bearded. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And Betty says arthritis is not fun. You have fibromyalgia as well, and neuropathy. Yeah, my neck and back are full of arthritis, and it's starting to push this part of my forward like this, humped. On my back, I've got that brace in there. It keeps my back like aligned, and I've got a spacer at the bottom that opened up my spine so that it doesn't crush the nerves coming out down there by the S1. My neck, I can only turn it so far, not like I used to be able to because it's instant pain. And I have those little hooks that come out that touch when I move it too far. I don't go to a chiropractor because I know that he would do damage to my neck if I did. And I don't trust him around that brace that's inside my back internally. My hands, to give you an idea, this finger, that's it. See that? It pushes right back out. The fingers get to a certain point, they get crooked, and the joints don't work too well. That's part of what happens when you get older. My wife's were bought like this. They were so bad. And she had a hard time. And she would exercise them every morning to get as much use as she could. There's times of the day where I can touch all my fingers down. I can push them like this. I can't bring them together, but I can push them down. This one freezes sometimes. It'll freeze all the way in like that. And I have to pull it out by hand. That's part of getting old. It's part of the arthritis in my feet. Because of what my back did to me on my lower back, I have very little feeling in my feet down there on the surface and my legs. The circulation is bad down there. And the skin is dry continuously. And it is hard to walk. And when I take my shoes off, I walk barefoot in my house all the time. The bottoms of my feet during the day, they swell up and they're round on the bottom. So when I'm walking, until I walk a little bit, it's like walking on a surface that's like this. But I do know what it's like to have the arthritis. And you're at the point where I don't know what they can actually do for that stuff. They can slow it down. I take pills for it. I don't know if they really work or not. I've been taking the pills for 10 years, and I don't know what I'd be like if I didn't take them. And my wife used to take some that were stronger than mine, and that was tough on her, I know. Let's see. Oh, this came to a halt there for some reason. Oh, let's see. Yeah, arthritis is painful. It is. Richard is in here somewhere. I must have missed him. I was talking. Not served. I'll pat it back for you, Richard. I see where that Rosalind seems to be a friend of yours, huh? She seems very interested in you. She wants all the information she can get. I know it can't be because you did anything to her. She's not very important. I don't think anybody's ever done too much to her. She just likes to go out there and get attention. She's one of those seekers. But anyway, I did go over your stuff Richard. See, Mike's in here, Mike McDermott. Oh, I'm trying to catch up here on the chat. And Phil says she's getting hungry. She hadn't eaten today. Oh, Beer says, hey, Richard, how was church today, man? Tanya says, are you sure? I swear you were served, Richard. Oh, Tanya. I don't know if you watched his video, but he tells them where he's going to be. They're going to push it to the last minute again. The longer it goes, the more money they're making. There's just no two ways about it. Paula says, that is me. I used to dance and go on the go all the time, but not anymore. Yeah. Yeah, when you've broken bones anywhere in your body, it comes back to haunt you more and more as you get older, bearded. And if you get too many of them damaged, your body really gets going. It's a natural function of protection that your body's doing, and it's out of hand, and it just takes over. Strictly says her dad was still snow skiing at 77, snow skiing. Zero gray hair, but was dead at 78 from pancreatic cancer. That happens a lot. That type of cancer is really hard to fight. That happens to be a small organ that controls almost everything in your body. And once it starts going, it usually is pretty quick. My hair was gray by the time I was 55. I got pretty sick, and it turned gray just about overnight. Yeah, Tanya said you had to use it. I saw that too. Funny, you just had to give a hard time. Oh, heck. I actually did see the Linda Life come in here. I must have missed it. I probably was talking too much. But great to see you in here, Linda. A little bit says, John, give Harley Grace a hug from a little bit and tell her Merry Christmas. There's Linda. Tanya fishing icing, some sugar cookies, finishing 2 kinds of my specialty cupcakes, chocolate with cherry filling. That sounds good. And apple pie cupcakes. Taking a tray to work tomorrow with the above. Heineken says, I've been spoiled with Ray's live shots lately. Betty says, I have very little gray at 72. Wow, that's pretty good. One side of my family kept the color of their hair, late in life. And like my brothers, they started losing theirs in their 20s, their hair. Mine, I lost quite a bit here in the last 5 months. And if you look back 2 years on me, I had a lot more hair than I do now. but I was going bald. I'm in between, both sides of my family as far as the keeping the color or keeping the hair in general. And mine's down to the point where I can get sunburned. I'm going to have to wear a hat in the summer now because I'll get sunburned up there if I don't. When you look at it, it's getting pretty bad. John says, I'll do a little bit as soon as she gets done drawing another picture to his daughter's addicted to the duck game. Tisa said, Linda, delivery, please. Paulette says, I want to know where Linda works. I believe Linda, before she started over on what she's doing right now, was a professional decorator of desserts. I wish I would have been her neighbor. Linda said she just sent off a box to Lisa and wanted to add some cookies, but ran out of time. Triggy Cheese says, can you do a video with your puppy and kitty cat? I'll try. They're when they think I'm trying to do a film or something on them. Now that Sparky, he's a ham, but my cat gets suspicious of what I'm doing. What I'll have to do is set it up and let it just run. My cat loves to tease me, and she'll knock things off of my stands. I got to stand on both sides of my chair, and she'll look right at me and not at what she's doing, and she'll knock the stuff off like this. And then if I say anything, she'll jump and run, like get out of sight, and then she'll sneak back around. She's a big teaser, and she has been a long time. She loves attention. She'll do whatever it takes to get it. Phyllis says her granddaughter and her made sugar cookies and just had some with her coffee. Oh, you're making us all hungry for dessert, Phyllis. Yeah, Heineken said, we are praying for you, John. Good will always win. Unfortunately, as we know, it's not always easy. You were chosen to be the one to put this to an end, and you will. Blessings to you and yours. I pray for you and Michelle and Harley, John, and I won't give up on those things. I know you don't deserve all the things that have happened to you. It's worse than being unfortunate. It is not human to have to endure that kind of crap, and that's what it is. All right, Tanya says her mama is 87 and not a gray on her head. She gets accused of coloring, but she doesn't. My sisters and I don't understand. Some people, everything in them are so healthy. Unless they've had some real problems, where they got really sick. A lot of times your hair will stay like that. My father-in-law, his would went kind of gray and then come back. It turned back. I don't know what made it start turning, but it didn't completely turn. It came back around. Then people used to think he was using that stuff he comb in and stuff, but I don't believe he was. Linda says, you can always tell sweets are my love and we'll need to go back on a diet after Christmas. I used to gain at least 20 pounds through the holidays. And I did that for years. And then I would lose it in the spring when the hot weather got here, and I worked construction mostly, that would come back off. The day come where it didn't come off anymore. And I couldn't get it to come off. So a lot of times it catches up. Oh, heck. It says, Beardy says he's going to do a video for me later with the pups. I'm going to dedicate it. Thank you. I love animals. The personalities that they show, and it's just fun to have them around. They've been great company for my wife and I. It would have been hard not having something like that to fill in the spaces. And you know what I'm talking about, Bearded. That I'm sure they lift you up when your spirits need it, and they give you the satisfaction of getting through the day, and they're happy with you no matter what. When you come in, they're all over you, wanting your attention. So. All right. I hope you guys don't mind. I'd like to go ahead and I've been on here a lot longer than I really intended to, but I've had a good time on here, and I appreciate that you let me ramble. And I know I'm rambling way more than what I have before, as far as just nothing to really talk about, just talking. And it's just, it helps me pass the time of the day. And I hope that when we talk on subjects, it helps you pass the time of day as well. I'm trying to get as far away from some of the rhetoric out there, because it's getting so boring that it's mind-blowing sometimes. And there's so many good things and good people around, such as all of you out there that follow my channel. This is more fun for me. I'm not saying that it's the only fun in town, but right now, this is a good way to pass the time for me. And I like to see when people have had a good time, whether it's you're baking something or somebody in the family is able to accomplish things, like Harley out there, just getting that first award and things like that. Those are good things. And we should let people know about it when those things are going on. When your grandkids come over to you and give you something special, and stuff like that. It just, my neighbor, she's raising a great grandchild, and I was out working on that trailer a couple months ago, and he got his first school picture. He just started school this year, and he brought it over, great big smile. He couldn't wait to come out there, and he had a hold of his grandmother, dragging her out in the yard. And I have it out here in my kitchen, and, obviously, so I can see it. He's got this big grin on his face, and then the whole works. And that's what makes life go around, things like that. And when you share them, sometimes it's a great thing, because everybody can enjoy it then. And that's just the way it used to be, and the way it can be. And around here, it's the way it is. So all of you out there, I've had a good time today. And I hope you did too. And we'll see how long we can keep this running. I'll do the best I can to bring things in here. You're going to send me some things so I can be a baker. Thank you, Linda. Maybe I'll get to see you when I come down there to Florida, or at least say hi or something. I haven't got anything special on the agenda when I come down there. There's a few things I want to look at while I'm down there. And obviously, I'm going to bring part of my family with me. We'll just see how things come out. With that, I'm going to let you go. Bearded, I'm looking forward to your book and your video on your puppies. Live action. That's going to do it. Oh, yeah. Have a blessed day, everyone. I agree with Linda. Cindy, just in case you guys don't know, Cindy's got a PayPal account up on her channel. She does need some funding so that she can have a place to live. She had some unfortunate circumstances happen in her life, and she is going to be out on the street as of this coming week. And she is trying to get into an apartment, and finances are a big thing on there where she's going to need it. Anybody can help, please do. I know everybody's been generous in the past, and I hope things continue that way. But prayers are the biggest motivator. So at least please pray for her, and let's get this thing going. Good luck, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow with good Lord willing. And I'm going to do it right here.